Okay, welcome to Westminster High School in our annual Title I meeting. We have Ms. Sable is our principal.
Hello, good morning.
We have Ms. Tejas, our vice principal, and she'll be talking to you about money. Okay, she's money, money, money. And I'm Mr. Jimenez. I'm the coordinator. I'm in an office, and once a year I talk to the parents. So this is the one time that I talk to the parents. That's my job. Oh no, two. We're gonna do two. Okay, this year you guys get two because we missed the pandemic one. I guess they're gonna make me work. So Ms. Sable.
Sure, I'll walk into the frame. Hello, thank you for being here today. Coming in person, it's really nice to have our families and seeing your faces. But having an opportunity to share with all of you what our plans are as we really work to spend this money responsibly and in a way that really will affect our school and our students in a positive manner. So if you have any questions, we will have time, I'm sure, at the end of it. Please let us know. I will be in and out, but I will definitely be around always for questions as well. But I know you're in great hands with these two and our entire Title I staff. So again, thank you for being here today, and I will let you guys get on with the presentation.
All right, thank you, Ms. Sable. We have an agenda. This is what we're going to be talking about. If you have a question, please write it down. At the end of the presentation, there's going to be a test. So please take notes, pay attention. If you get, you are back in school. So if you get an A and a B, we let you go. If you need Title I tutors, we'll talk about them. We pay for them, then they can come and help you. So we'll get that going. So we'll be talking about the purpose of this meeting. We'll be talking about a little bit about what Title I does or is supposed to do. We're going to talk about the parent involvement, what we are trying to do as a school for the parents, and what we would like you to do for us. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit of that relationship. Ms. Sayers will be going through what we wrote about how we're going to spend the money that was given to us. And my challenge to you is that when you're seeing those items and how we're spending the money, that you see there's going to your student. That you can see that Westminster High School students are getting the support that we would like them to have. You as a parent and us as a school. Okay? And then we're going to end with a quick update when we want you back to help us out. And a little bit of when our parent programming starts. The purpose of the meeting, okay? We want to have a meeting to inform you, to let you know what we're doing with this money. The U.S. government gives our district money. Our district gives Westminster High School money, and we try to spend that money. Your job is to make sure that the money doesn't go for Mr. Jimenez's new car. Okay, I need a new car, by the way. So if you want to pay for my new car, we can talk about it as parents. Okay? So no, it's not mine. It's not mine. Mine is the beat-up car in the corner. So that is to inform you, okay, of your rights. Okay? One of the great things about the United States is that the educational system wants the parents' involvement. We want a relationship. We know your students, but we only know them in math, English, in academics. You need to help us. Okay, what are we missing so that your student can be successful at Westminster High School. Then the last one is where we ask you if you need something from us. We have money that we can spend on parents, and we want to ask you, what would you like us to do for parents? And when I talk about parents, this is a small group. We have 2,700 families. So you're going to help us a little bit to give us ideas, as well as we'll talk to other parents to get ideas of what can we offer to help you with your student, because that's going to help us with your student. Okay? Okay, so what is Title I? So I talked already a little bit about this. This is the largest amount of money that the federal government, that President Biden is giving us, right? That was a little plug right there, right? That's not political. Okay. Funding for education. And this is to help in the areas of math, English, science, as well as the other academic classes that your students have. But it's mainly to support students of low socioeconomic, right? Westminster High School has over 80% of our students qualify for free and reduced lunch. And this is how we get this money. The government said, because of your low socioeconomic students, we're going to give you extra money so that you can help the students achieve and receive an equal education to somebody that maybe has the means. They have more money. All right. Our primary, again, is to offer that fair and equal. And this is where we ask you, right, to help us out. We want to give your student the best education that we can and that we can afford. So you need to help us out how to spend that money, okay? We want to give them the best opportunity to not only graduate Westminster High School. That should be a given for us. That should be easy. Everybody should graduate. We want to make sure that they have a career, that they have, if they want to go into trade, then that's fine, that we can help them on that they can go to college. Our support needs to go beyond just graduating high school, okay? Our principal, Ms. Sable, and our administration, for the most part, understands that we have to prepare your student for a very different world than when I came to the United States. When I came to the United States, 13 years old, if you spoke English and Spanish, you got a good paying job, you were able to maintain a family, everything was okay. And we call that the American dream. Now, that's not the case. Your student needs to get more pieces of paper, more schooling. It doesn't have to be four-year college. It could be a different path, but it needs to deal with education. So that's what we're trying to do with Title I. Okay, so now a little bit about what we do here. So that was Title I, what we're supposed to do. Then your job now is to go, okay, Mr. Jimenez, you told us this, how you're supposed to support our kids. Are you supporting our kids? Okay? So your job is to make sure that we're doing that for your student. You are our balance, our check and balances. You need to make sure that we're doing that, okay? So I was at high school because 80% of our students, they get free and reduced lunch. Every student can get help from us. It doesn't matter, okay? So we don't tag anybody as a Title I student, okay? Everybody at Westminster High School is Title I. What we do is we support what the district or the school is supposed to give your student. I'm going to give you a quick sample. The district, the school, is supposed to give your student an English book. We cannot pay for an English book. The district cannot come to me and say, Mr. Jimenez, we're going to buy English book. And I'll say, no. We supplement. We support. We give more support. So I can pay for a different book because now your student gets 2 books. Not the same book, but like a novel, right? Or I can support them by buying pencils. Or I can support him from buying, in our case right now, it used to be Chromebooks. Okay, so that's what we do, is supplemental. That's what we do. I cannot, so that's what we pay for tutors that can help. That's supplemental. Okay. Westminster High School is the largest Title I program in our district. We have more schools now in Title I. I believe Phantom Valley, Marina Valley, and Ocean View, and ourselves and Westminster High School, we are Title I. We have the most students in Title I. Not sure if we're going to get more money than everybody else, but we should. We'll see. So that's what we do with that. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. If you need me to slow down, just raise your hand and say, slow down, man. Come on. Too fast. Okay. Or I can speed up sometimes. Okay. Supplemental material. This is things that we do. Are you guys taking notes? You guys taking notes? Okay, that's all I'm telling you. Okay, all right. Okay, good. This is how we spend our money. Okay, this is some of the programs that we brought to Westminster High School and support at Westminster High School. Our average program is a very big program that helps the middle student. The middle student, we're supposed to help them go to college. Okay, where they teach them how to take notes, where they have college tutors to support the classroom. They also take field trips, or they go to universities. This program's mission is to move their students to think and to apply and hopefully go to a university. This is where you'll see when the state is percent, where we put a lot of our money is in Abbott, because we believe in those things. Puente is a new program for us. This is the second cohort or group of students that we have in this program. It's a program that deals with always talking about college, always supporting your student to go to college and universities. And most important, it helps in the English classes. And it gives us an extra support of a teacher and a counselor that are looking out that the students graduate. But most important, that they are achieving their A through G to be able to go to college. A through G that's a great question. What is A through G? They're the classes. Good job, extra credit. Extra credit. Okay, together? Okay, half of it. So Rosa gets extra credit. That's a great question. What is A through G? A through G are the classes your students needs to take to be eligible to apply and attend a university, a 4-year university, not a junior college. And you'll see that your students will get a lot of information about that, as well as your parents. If you attend our parent meetings, as well as you come to Passport to Success Nights, you will hear about A through G, and they'll tell you the classes. Yes.
My child is a special needs, so he's in Celia Gillian's class.
Okay.
Does this, I know he's not going to college, because he already told me, but he's going to go to a special school until the age of 22. Does this have also to do with him? Does this help him too as well?
This, not necessarily some of this program because of where he tests, but everything Title I that you're going to hear about tutors and all that stuff, everything helps him. So he's eligible. Yes, every student.
Why am I here if I
Yeah, no, everything. These are some of the programs we support, and then you'll see how we support everybody too. Okay. So yes, that's a great question too. Okay, Rosa, 2 great questions for Rosa. Okay. All right. And Diana. Okay. This is where we want to support you as parents. We believe that we need to work together. We believe that the home, the school, and the student, we all need to work together for that student to be successful. This is how we communicate with you. We have the 10 Commandments, and you can see what we talk about there. Right? We talk about GPA, understanding our school system, higher education options. We got Passport to Success Nights. These are nights that we're going to invite you to come in. You're going to sit for the most of these meetings will be you're going to sit with a teacher, you're going to sit with a counselor, and you're going to talk about how your student is doing, and if they're doing well, what he or she needs to do. If they're not doing so well, how we can help them back in the right track. So this nights right here, very important. Very important for you. This is opportunities for you to be speaking to the school specifically about your kids' classes, your students' classes. Okay, so these are parenting classes, Olive Crest, parent workshops. They're hosted by OCDE. We talk about the classes are hosted in the 3 languages, Vietnamese, English, and Spanish. These are classes where you get to talk to somebody from the school, ask all the questions that you have. This is where we want you to bring your concern to us, as well as you'll have a great opportunity that our principal does every 6 weeks. You do coffee, where you can ask our principal directly questions and concerns. You can bring it to her, and it's about, you said 5 weeks, that I said? Every 6 weeks or so, you'll hear something about coffee with the principal. Sometimes they have coffee, sometimes they don't. But that's what we call it. Okay, you know what I mean? I always want coffee, but that's, So our principal will be there to answer questions. She does a very good job at, after you tell them, this is what we need, she'll come to me and say, Mr. Jimenez, our parents need this. And then we'll start thinking about what can we do to meet the needs that you believe you have. Okay? Tutoring Center, this is what we do for your students. We have it in the cafeterias every day. Title I pays for tutors. These are college tutors. These are, and they're there to help your student every day. If your student doesn't have 6th period, this starts in 6th period. Please come in. 6th period and after school. If you want your student to be part of this, you can go into a website and you can fill out the application, and then we'll call your student in and say, your mom put you in after school tutoring, and then we'll put him there. If they miss, we'll let you know. We'll call you at home and say, your son, your daughter did not attend today. Okay? Yes. Yes. This is something that we can help. It's everybody. Okay, we can help him out. If he's willing to sit and do the sentences with some help, this is a place where he can get extra help after school. And then in Tutor Center, and you can do the referral. Now, your teachers, your students' teachers can also do that. So we have teachers that say, please help this student out, and then they can also put it there. Okay. So next, okay, these are some other things that we pay for. Remember, you're here for me to tell you how do we spend the money that is given to us. This is some of the things we also pay for. There have been times that we reduce classrooms. We have too many students, so we'll pay for another teacher so that we can divide that classroom. So we pay for instructional aides. These are different than our tutors. These are help. They are in classrooms because we have a group of students that need a little bit more. I'm going to give you a quick sample. If you just came to the United States and you don't speak the language, we'll try to have somebody that speaks that language to help that teacher. Okay. Community outreach specialist, that would be Mai-Khanh and Kenya Manosalvas. And they're the ones that help put everything together. Okay? I am only the pretty face, but they do all the work. They do all the work. Trust me. Trust me, they do all the work. Okay? Right? Okay, see, I'm not lying. We help pay for our risk interventions. When students are not doing too well, they got too many Fs, we are the ones that pay to see how we can help them out. A lot of times is paying for credit recovery or paying for teachers to support, and then we'll go over a little bit more on that. We have paid for summer school, and we put a lot of money in our summer school. It's not paid by our district. It's paid by Title I. Some of those things have been changing slowly, where the district's paying for more classes. But in recent past, we took care of everything because our kids needed summer to catch up. Okay, and then some resources, and we talk about field trips and technology. We did that. Okay, and right now, I'm done for my part so far. Okay, so let me give you the test. You guys ready? You guys ready for the test, right? Okay, here we go. You answer these questions, you get an A. Who is your Title I coordinator? Okay, okay. If you have an issue of how we spend our money, who do you tell? You tell Mr. Jimenez. Okay. All right, so far, very good. You guys, I got all A's. All A's so far. What's it, Miss Tejas? We'll take over now.
Hi, I'm Andrea Tejas. I'm an assistant principal here, and I help and oversee Title I and the funding. And some of the questions you had about, like, how do we support your student? I'm going to tell you, we have multiple funding sources. That's how schools exist. So this is one component. And I will say, yes, some of the services will help your student who is in more of in the Voices program, right?
Yes.
So, but they may not be specific for him because of his needs are so specific. We have yet another funding source that helps us support him and his needs. So please don't think like Title I is it. It is a lot of money, but it is very specific as to how we use it. And that's like my job, is I constantly, together we're going, can we pay for that with Title I funds, or do we need to look for another funding source? And I oversee a few of those funding sources. Yes, yes. Yeah, this one is federal government. We have some from the state as well. Okay, so just know that piece. All right, all right. This is cool. We just go to you. Okay. All right. So what we did last year was I went through actually, and you may not have attended. That's fine. The SPSA, which is the school plan for student achievement. And it's how I prove to all of you and to the state and then the federal government how we're going to spend this money and how we're going to hold ourselves accountable. But because this pandemic has gone on and on, we've had to constantly shift and be flexible. So we had ideas of how we were spending it last year, and we had to shift it. So what I'm doing today is telling you yet again how I need to spend some of that money because it rolled over. We couldn't spend it last year the way we intended because there were still things that were closed, or we just weren't able to do, okay, in this environment. Or we had other funding sources come in and pay for those things that we originally budgeted for. So then that money rolled over right back into this. So we have a lot of money more than normal because it rolled over from last year, and then we have our yearly allocation. Okay, so it's almost like 2 years of money. So as I go through this, many of these are not what I would call sustainable. So my job is also to say, you can't do that for 10 years, so no, or is this a one-time deal? Okay, and that's literally what I will say Mrs. Sable, Alex, and I do constantly is what's the overall goal? How does this support? Is it sustainable, or is this a one and done? Okay, some of these are not sustainable. So Avid hasn't gone on a field trip in 2.5 years. And the whole point of Avid is really having these students exposed to universities, those opportunities that are out there that maybe their parents never had that opportunity to have. So we want to get them out there. So because of all of the shutdowns in our state with universities as we came into January, they're all going virtual. We asked the big question, can we go out of state? Which is not a normally funded option with Title I. So that one's not sustainable, but we got the green light to do it, so a yes, because our state is shut down with respect to universities. And I will tell you, that's the best thing because our kids get to go out of state and really see what else is out there. I know parents are hesitant because I want my babies here, but the cost of going to college and the ability to be accepted to universities out of state is far greater. Okay, so we also want to look at those pieces. So we chose Arizona because I don't think they ever shut down. And that one will be in April, and we're taking one group of our AVID students, and then we're going to Utah, another group of AVID students, which again, I don't think Utah shut down. And really it's to tour the campus, see what life is like there, and kind of get a feel for those communities, okay, because everyone is different. We did go to UCLA and USC earlier this year. That one, it was an experience too for the kids because some kids, I think, weren't vaccinated. And if you're not vaccinated at some of the California schools, you can't go in the buildings. So they had kind of a hit and miss with that field trip. So that's why we're like, let's go out of state. We also pay for Puente to do a field trip, and same. Theirs, though, more cultural, right? Getting the students exposed to artists or speakers who really are going to bring in the cultural piece and talk to them about who they are and how to be who they are as they move forward in life. West Coast is a program we have here that supports our students who are behind in credits, struggling to graduate, so they need a more focused program, and they are not necessarily going to graduate fully A through G ready to go to a four-year university after they graduate from high school. So for those students, we are really looking at going to the community college and those vocational options or trade schools, okay? So those are some shifts, and thankfully they said yes, we could use the money there. So it's a lot of money. Again, we usually pay for small in-state field trips, okay? Nothing quite so large. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
So any student that is not in AVID, they don't get this opportunity?
Correct.
Oh, wow. So what happens to the rest of our children that are not in AVID?
Again, we have different funding sources to support students, but really that is one of the benefits of AVID, and one of the needs within AVID to sustain that program is to have these field trips. We do community college field trips. Typically, they'll pay for it, or we'll do, I think, one college one in the junior year, right? We've put together, we're not doing anything in state. We can't pay to go anywhere because there's no colleges that are open accepting us at this time.
Before COVID, we had our freshman class go to different universities. So we had them. We just don't have them right now because of the shutdown. The 4 years don't have it right now.
So those were more.
See this money just on the AVID, but there is a lot of kids, you know, some of them don't even want to go to college. Some of them, I have one of my kids that goes there. She tries so hard, and she's not in special education or anything, but she tries so hard just to get, she even stays after school and everything, but she still can't catch up. So she wants to go to college, but then you guys are not letting her be in the opportunity where, does that make sense? As an AVID, it's giving an opportunity to go to the college.
So there does have to be some criteria with respect to the programs that we offer and those commitments from the students that participate in them. We do that as a class where we take them to a university. Again, we haven't since I've started because literally we went into the pandemic and we shut down. So we had about 7 field trips canceled the first year I started because of the shutdown. So there are different things that can support, but I will tell you, the community colleges literally pay and take a bus of an entire class to go to those programs. They do, and I know parents will say, but it's a community college. It's still something, right? And they go through that, how it's free, how you transfer. So there are different things, but again, through Title I, we are bringing them up here, and the goal is that they are able to go into that college or career. So this is one program, or actually 3 programs that we pay for that have been approved for multiple years, okay? So we'll go to the next one as I'm done with field trips. All right. As Alex talked about, we do pay for these parent passport to success nights. So for many years now, we haven't had them. So this chunk is a lot bigger this year because we literally have made them bigger and then also incorporated in the virtual elements. So literally having a camera to be able to do this, or staff to be able to film these things to make it accessible to all of you. So that's it, and we do have teachers, our staff, actually teaching these. So really giving that piece, and they are, of course, language specific. So they are taught 100% in Spanish or 100% in Vietnamese. So then that's also that specific with the materials. All right. So some of the things with this shutdown and the students who have been struggling more, we already talked about, and I'll go through that. We have the Sylvia Mendez Learning Pavilion. We restructured that so it is not only a place where you check out books, but it's really a facility that you can actually study in, have spaces where there are whiteboards for the students to write on, have study groups. So we can obviously, when you're done, you can walk through, definitely see those changes to our what was a library, now we call it a learning center. But what our goal was is to offer it to be open in the evening. Because what we know is that Wi-Fi is not always accessible at home. And also when kids go home, everybody else is there. So a lot of that focus needs to be here. They might need tutors. They might need other supports. So what we are going to do for second semester, and I will be flying this position, is we'd like to hire 2 teachers to work in those after-school hours in addition to our tutors to support our students, whether it's small group settings or reteaching something, let's say, in geometry. But having that person there who can be more specific than a tutor as to teaching that material. So that's one of the things. This is not sustainable. I will not ask to continue to do this necessarily unless it really works. But this is something we do have the funds for this year that we would like to try. Because it has been something that many other sites we are seeing in the state who are Title I are doing. Okay, next. A community outreach. So our goal is to hire in the next month another person to really be stationed here in the pavilion in the later evening hours, that 11 to 7:30 time frame, so that they're here in the evening. So we would have multiple adults here, but really working out there, making sure the students are able to have a safe space to study, that they're supported, and that they don't have to go home at 3 o'clock or 4:30 when our other tutoring program ends. So really just shifting tutoring to 6 period to 7:30, okay? That was approved last year. My only update on that one was we didn't get to hire them in August, so I had to cut that salary down. So I'm not paying for a full year in that salary. AVID revalidation. Again, another requirement of AVID is that we are a college and career going site and that our site reflects that. And it not only reflects these banners, hey, go to these schools, but where did our students go? Did they actually graduate from Westminster High School, go on to a 4-year university, and graduate from a 4-year university? Okay, so that piece is asking those alums to come back, take some pictures, reflect it out there, or our current students who have been accepted to schools like UCLA, Berkeley, MIT, or maybe 1 or 2 will go to my alma mater, University of Arizona. All right, but that sort of thing we have to do. That's just an AVID requirement. So it'll be that more of the look or aesthetics, but really that reflection of more of a collegiate atmosphere here on this campus. Cultural curriculum supplemental, and then the supplemental instrumental. Literally, that's what Alex was saying. We're not buying textbooks. We're buying those other pieces that make it relevant. So last year, we bought novels that were more diverse. So it wasn't just the canon of white or European classics, okay? I say that because our students who are coming from Vietnam, El Salvador, Mexico are going, I don't get this. I don't connect. The other is they're seeing stuff that none of us ever had to experience, so they want to read that and connect with that character in a novel. So we bought a lot of books to really help that piece and grow. Okay, they were reading books that I think even my parents read when they were in school, sort of thing. So that's the sort of thing. We're just building and bringing in those materials. Okay. For the instrumental, it's literally the band instruments. Our students, again, band instruments, I'm finding this out, cost about $4,000 a piece for an okay item. And we've had stuff that we've had at our school, again, for 40 years. The sound doesn't sound so good when it's old and it's dented and all of that. So that's it. We're just we're trying to help, because other is, again, our students can't go and buy that on their own. Okay, but we don't want to deny them that access to playing music. All right, so those, except for community outreach, these three are not sustainable, meaning we will not have that price tag every year. Okay, it's this year because we have that rollover. We're going to spend a larger amount, and then we'll sustain these with smaller numbers, like 1,000 to do that. Okay, so just know we're not trying to spend that amount every year. Next. That was all I did. Man, I've changed the money so many times, so that's it. Hopefully we can spend it this year, but thank you.
Okay, parent involvement policy is Title I, right? This is what we pledge to do together. This is what we promise to do together. So we want to make sure that we have these meetings, so where you can tell us, and you can talk to us, and you can say, well, I don't think this, I don't think that. Okay, so you can help us out. We said that Westminster High School needs to provide childcare when we have meetings for parents, so that parents can come into these meetings. That was something that our parents asked and said, I cannot come to your meeting. I got a little one. It's too difficult to be in a meeting with a little one. So in our parent meetings, we have childcare. Right? So that's something that if you come to our meetings, you'll have that. This is to elaborate, and this is what I was telling you, is give us the opportunity. Let us know what you think your student needs so that we can create those programs. Right? So we heard one of the parents said, I think I would like to see more opportunity for my kid to go to visit those colleges, not just Abbott. So for me, I wrote a note. It's like, okay, can we do this with the next set of students? Right? Those are the things that, that we're trying to do. So this is help build the partnership, and this is what we're talking about. You guys coming here, having a relationship, you being able to tell me, tell the school what you believe you need. Sometimes we're going to tell you, I'm sorry, like Ms. Sayed said, Title I doesn't pay for that, but we might have something else that we can get that funding. Okay? All right, and then we got to get also our students to participate and to tell us what they also need. As a parent, as a teacher, I think I know what they need, but sometimes when I talk to my own kids, right, they say, well, yes, I need that, but I also need this. And it's something that I didn't think about. So we also need to talk to the students and say, what do you need? So you'll find our principal, as well as Ms. Tejas, asking our students, how can we help you be successful? Tell us. And some students say, well, I need a new Chromebook. And then, we'll get you a new Chromebook for that. I need a space to study. And that's why we have now the pavilion. Right? So there were things that came out because our students and our parents said, this is what we need. Okay? And we happen to have administrations that are listening to our parents and are listening to our students. So we want to continue with our relationship. Okay? You are very important to tell us how we can continue to help your student. Okay? Okay? So Title I budget. Our budget says that we need to spend 1% for parent meetings and parent workshops. So that would be about $9,000 that we need to spend. At Westminster High School, we spent about $16,000, right? Almost double what they told us, because our principal, our administration, they believe that you are important. So they're spending more money than what they tell us to spend, because we want you here. We understand. We need help. We need help to help your student. So that's something that we wanted to show you. because I think that where you put your money, it says what your priority is. So our administration has made parents their priority. Okay, so we're almost done. We're almost finished. There'll be another quiz. Okay, we're almost finished. Okay, these are the next. These are the next meetings. These are the next meetings that we have. You will see these also on the website, right? So if you want to write them down, that's great. If you have them in your packet, that's great. PTSA, they do that Google Meet, right? They don't come to school, right? It's not. Okay. Okay. ELAC is another meeting that we will love for you to attend. This deals more with newcomers to the United States and their education. We would love to hear from you and for you to participate in these meetings. DLAC, this is with the district. And now the district says what we're doing with our newcomers or students that are not proficient in the English language. This is very important. Very important. We got TET coming up, New Year. And we're going to have a big show at Westminster High School. Our principal will be dancing. Our vice, she's not going to be dancing. Mr. Jimenez cannot dance. Cannot dance. So I will not be dancing. But there'll be many teachers that'll be participating. I will be eating egg rolls. Okay? I will be eating the food. For sure. Okay? And this is where we would like you to make sure that if you can attend any meeting, that you attend this right here. Passport to Success events are specific to your student. This is where we talk, and if there is an issue, we can try to find out how to help your student. If your student is doing well, this is where we say, great, this is the next step for you. So this is a great opportunity for you to sit for 15, 20 minutes with your kids' grades and to be able to ask questions, what is next? Very important. So if you have a freshman, February 16th, sophomores, March 9th, juniors, March 30th, and our seniors should be graduating and done. But these are very important meetings. These are very specific to you and your student. You'll get a folder with all your information. This is one more opportunity for you to come in and get involved, and we can help each other to help your student be successful. Okay, we're finished. Thank you. Thank you. What was that? Yeah, they're ready for the quiz. Ready for the quiz? It usually starts at 5. Yeah. Okay, so test, the quiz. Yeah. Yes. Westminster High School, every student is Title I student. In other schools, when they have less percentage, they can only give services to that population. But at Westminster High School, every student is Title I. So that's what it is. So every student can. Yes. For everything. And some things they need to qualify for. For Avid, Puente, those things they need to qualify for it. There are different programs that we support. So we show you what we support. But after school tutoring, the 2 teachers that Ms. Sayers will be hiring, anybody can take advantage of that. Okay? Very important, please. write down or remember Title I office. Mai-Khanh is leaving us. We're going to have Lily take over. And Kenya Manosalas. They are the ones that do all the work, right? They're the ones that will be picking up your phone calls. So please make sure that you know them, as well as Han and Rebecca that help in the front office when parents come in to help them out. Very important people for us. So please have their numbers, their emails, so you can communicate with them, and they'll communicate with us. Okay? Any questions, concern? I know we give you a lot of information. We good? We think we're good? Okay. Thank you for coming. Please come again. Don't leave without coffee. Do not leave without cookies.